Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Meadsy69 and welcome back to channel. And today we're going to be talking about the tortoise. Now, the tortoise is a British Tier 9 tank destroyer, and it's a tank I really don't like. It was one of my first Tier 9s, and I actually really sucked in it. At the time, I have like 1600 average damage. Now, I have tier 6s that have better average than this. So that's how badly I sucked in this tank when I first got it. But since I aced it all them years ago, whenever it was, I sold it and I never bought it back. But recently, I've been getting a few replays. I've been seeing a few people playing it and really doing well in the tank. So I decided I'm going to buy it back. I'm going to see how it is. I'm going to do a video. So I've been playing it a lot today. And I really still don't like it. I mean, the gun is amazing. It really is amazing. But the only reason I don't like the tank is, in fact, its armor. I think its armor really sucks balls. I mean, it's terrible. You've got the two cheeks beside your gun that can easily be penned. You've got the hatch that everybody goes for. The bottom plate on this thing can easily be penned with, at least with Pramo. And I mean, this tank on PC, as I've not really seen it on PC, but I've been told that the armor is like almost OP. The cheeks you can't pen the cheeks, you can't pen the bottom plate. You can really only pen the hatch on top. Now, I think this tank does need a buff. I really do think it needs an armor buff, because the armor as it is, you do struggle. I mean, I've said the gun is absolutely amazing. It has a great rate of fire. In fact, it's like the third top DPM tank in the game. So you've got the SU-12254, which has 4,200 DPM, the Jag Tiger with 3,996 DPM, and then you have this thing with 3,700 DPM. So the DPM is fantastic. The penetration also isn't that great. I mean, it's 259 on the AP. Now, a T95 has 276. The WZ 111G, that has 290. The Jag Tiger 276. So the DPM is the penetration, is quite low on this thing. It has a 400 alpha and the rate of fire 9.25, and that gives it a 6.5 second reload. It is a 120 caliber gun. The aim time is pretty good at 1.99, and the dispersion, as I've said, is fantastic at 0.281, which is amazing. Amazing. All that rounded off with 10 degrees of gun depression. The speed, 20 kilometers, nothing with the speed. It is faster than the T95, but the speed is nothing. And the armor, the whole armor is 229. Now, that really, the Jag Tiger's got better whole armor than this. The side 152 and the rear 102. So for me, it's all about the armor. This tank is supposed to be known to be a slow brick, basically, but it's not. It really isn't. Now, it should be. It should be. Now, the whole line, take away the Death Star, which has no armor. I mean, every single tank in the line probably has better armor than this. You have the AT-15, the 88, the 87. They have all got great armor. For the tiers, they have got great armor. Now, with this tank, you are seeing big guns in tier 10. I mean, you're gonna get the occasional. You will get the occasional bounce if you can angle right, and they're not aiming at your hatch, or if you're wiggling, you can get the odd bounce. But man, I just think the armor really sucks. If the armor, I don't mind a slow tank. I really don't mind a slow tank. But when this tank is supposed to all be it's supposed to be all about armor, but it has none. It has. I just think it really does need just even the cheeks on the side of the gun. Just buff them a little bit, because as it is, that hatch on top is really weak. But you can get around that. You can get around buildings, use the gun arc, and hide that hatch. But you can't on this thing because they just shoot your cheek. So it's a bit disappointing for me, and it's probably the reason I don't like the tank so much. Because of that, because you're going to get pen bite in almost everything. Now, this battle here on Normandy, it's a tier 8 battle, so there is only 2 tier 9s and the rest are tier 8s. And you can play a little bit more aggressive in a tier 8 matchup than a tier 10. But even tier 8s, you're going to see this KV4 in a minute. He's not going to have any problems whatsoever in penetrating me. And that's what you want. You want to, even if you can angle up, use that gun depression and try and angle up to get the armor into a better position and a little bit red, but you just don't. Now, that pattern we did bounce off, but I don't think he's too of a great player. The WZ there easily is going to penetrate us. And now we've got the pattern up there and a KV4. So we are in a little bit of bother. We do get a bounce there, but he literally shot our gun mantlet, which is kind of difficult to pen. You can't pen it, so do not shoot the gun mantlet. But everywhere else on the tank, not a problem. And again, they shoot the gun. And we need to back up now. So the enemy have got 2 tanks down. We have now got 2 tanks down. We get a nice hatch shot onto that KV4, but we still need to back up. And here we go. The KV4 easily penetrates us. Now, we're going to back up and we're going to try and get a few shots in on the waffle, the RHM, sorry, and we get a lovely shot there on the waffle. Now, this is a British tank, so the HE on this thing is very good, and it's 120 penetration, which is fantastic, just like all the other Brits with the Hesh and the HE. So the HE is very good on this tank. 120 mils, so there's going to be a lot of tank that you can actually pen frontally, especially in tier 8s. So do remember that, and after this battle we're gonna show an outstanding battle from a player that knows how to use the HE, and he does absolutely fantastic. And if you want to learn how to play this tank, I really do suggest watching him play it on Canal, I believe the map is. So this battle we did a good job. 4.2k damage, we get a first class, 35,000 credits, we got 2 kills, high caliber, only 1182 XP, so I don't think it will be a lot to ace the tank, probably around the 1200 to 1300 mark to ace the tank. But it's just staying alive. It's just staying alive long enough. Now we're going to watch Mystic JR, and as I've said, he's on the Canal map and he plays it absolutely fantastic. So he's going to be pushing up on the sniper hill, as we may call it, and the T-54 decides to sit right in front of him. Now, he kept his cool. A lot of people would just message noob, dickhead, twat, whatever you like, but he kept his cool. And this is a perfect position on this map for TDs. Now, a lot of the team have gone the other way, but even on this hill, in this bush, you can get side shots into all them tanks. Now, it is a tier 8 battle, so you haven't really got the tier 10 TDs. A lot of players actually blind shot this bush, so they should, because if there's a TD, especially there's 3 TDs, you always know that there's going to be a tank in this bush. Now, this is what I mean by the use of the HE. He is so far away, and he's still using that HE on that T-34. Great play, and he manages to penetrate. A nice HE shot on that waffle, just over 500 damage. So already he's done 3 shots, and he's done like nearly 1500 damage. So there is 2 tanks down already, so they do have to be careful. And you can see He tries to use the HE whenever he can. Whenever he can, he's going to try and use that HE. But unfortunately, with the position of that Foch, he's unable to penetrate him with HE. But switch to AP, no problem, and he can penetrate him. 440 there in the Panther, and now it's 4 against 6. So he's in a good position because he's not getting spotted. Another use of the HE there, 532 damage on the side of the Panther. And again, he's using that HE, and you can just see how easy it is to penetrate some of them tanks. The bottom plate and the side of the ISU 152. So it's now, he's got it down to a 3-on-4, but there's quite a few tanks that are full hit points. You've got the Foch there, which is a great tank, T-54E1. You've got the Waffle somewhere else and another tank. He still hasn't been spotted, so all 3 tanks now are basically in spawn. So his 2 remaining allies are still in spawn. They are getting a little bit of damage, but they're going to have to do something pretty quickly because there's a lot of hit points to get through. Now, unfortunately, he doesn't quite get a shot on that T-54E1, who's not coming out. There he does finally come out, and he gets 1 shot. So he still hasn't been spotted. So there's an E75 coming around, and we know that the Waffle was the other side of the map because he got that shot. So now he's going to start pushing. The Foch is a 1-shot. The RHM is going to clear him. Failed HE shot from that Waffle there. So he needs to push. It's now 3-on-3. He needs to push this E75, and he needs to get him gone very quickly. There is that T-54E1 as also that is coming around. Now, I do think this was the wrong decision. I think he should have pushed the E75. But he didn't, and because of that, the E75 now takes out the T-54, just leaving him and the Waffle remaining. Now, the T-54E1 is going to now be on a reload, so he's going to be able to take him out with no problems whatsoever. But the E75 has put him down to a 1-shot. The E75 is a 1-shot, so he can just turn around. He gets a low roll. The E75 might reload. There he does reload, but he gets a very, very lucky bounce. And he does take him out. So there's the Waffle. The Waffle is going to take out the RHM. So it now just leaves himself and the Waffle. He is a 1-shot. The Waffle is a 2 HE shot. And that's with it being high rolls. So he needs to get a bounce. He needs to get a bounce. There's the Waffle. Is he going to get a shot off? I don't think he is. He needs to get that shot. He can't quite get it because he doesn't want to show his side. He does get the shot off. 499. He gets the low roll. But now the Waffle, stupid enough, he's using HE. Why was he using HE? I do not know. But it cost him the game. Mystic gets the kill. 4 kills. Fantastic battle. And perfect example how to play that tank using the HE as he should. 7,047 damage. So thank you very much for sending me that in. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Join my Patreon if you haven't. Come along and chat there and get videos early released. But I'm Meadsy69, and I'll catch you soon.